Hello, Guitar Geek here. I'm taking a break from making my usual demo and shootout videos to bring you this interview with Mr. Youri de Groote. He's a Belgian guitar player and he demos products for Boss and Roland. He is crazy in all the right ways, and he's also a crazy good guitar player and a really nice guy. It's my first ever interview and I was grossly unprepared. I had no stand, I had no microphone, I had a new phone which cuts out after 10 minutes of recording video. Thank you, Samsung. But Youri was a really cool guy and he tolerated me and we had a really nice chat. Because it's my first interview, it starts off a little bit cold, but it really warms up towards the end. And a bit of a warning, it contains some really, really geeky stuff about guitars, amps and pedals. There's also a bit of katana worship in there somewhere. So without further ado, here's Youri de Groote and his guitar from Vigier and his Boss and Roland stuff. I'm backstage in Gattermann and I'm here with Youri de Groote, and he's just come off stage and has been playing this wonderful pink guitar. And he's demoing some Boss stuff, and I heard him demo the GT1. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's the brand new small effect unit from Boss, and it's an amazing feature. Very small, but very powerful.
Yeah.
And the particularity of this effect unit is that every Boss pedals, everything Boss knows about effects and distortion, overdrive, delays, reverb, chorus, phaser, flanger, pitch shifter, harmony, everything is inside the GT1. You also have a looper, which is great, and it fits into a gig bag. So you can travel all around the world. It works on batteries and or on AC adapters if you want. But it's like I said, it's really my new best friend.
Really? And do you use it? Are you using it with the Roland Tour?
Yes, I use it. I always have it with me because it's really easy. It's okay. It's really easy for me to edit the sounds with it, because through the USB interface, I just plug into my laptop and I can work at the hotel room, on the presets on the screens. Mm-hmm. I don't have to, to always move to.
Okay, so you're editing on the laptop.
Yes, you can edit everything on a laptop, on a traditional PC, and the great thing is it's also an audio interface. So you can plug it through your computers and you can record your playing through your best audio software, and you can. There were actually some songs I did in my hotel rooms for video for YouTube, and I just plugged the GT1 and take a camera and rock and roll, and that's really cool.
Okay, I'll put a link up to those videos somewhere in the description or on the screen somewhere now. The subscribers to this channel will know that I'm a big fan of the Boss Katana. I also saw, were you playing, you had a blues artist or the blues cube artist on stage?
Yes, I had the blues stage, yes.
And I didn't see which amp you were playing with on stage.
Yes, I was playing on stage with the Blue Stage Roland amp, but I was using the DS1-x distortion pedal, and I was mixing the sound of the DS1-x with the amazing Blues Driver Wazacraft edition, which is a really, really amazing pedal, full analog, and my delay was a DD-7.
Yeah. You actually answered the question on stage, but I didn't get it on video. The difference between the Wazacraft Blues Driver and the normal Blues Driver. Well,
the funny thing is that when I saw the Wazacraft series and I saw the price, because it's like the double of the price of the small, the first Blues Driver edition, I thought to myself, wow, it's a double of the price. It has to be worth it, So I tried both, side by side, because I was really curious. And there is a real difference. If you're a beginner playing guitar, maybe you will have trouble to hear the difference under your fingers, because you necessarily doesn't know how to make real bend and have the sound under your fingers. But once you know the difference between a good overdrive and a bad overdrive, etc., they are the same pedals, really, but the Wazacraft has that little special something that make your sound really alive. When you mix it with a very modern pedal like I did, like the DS1-x, which is very a modern distortion, Because the order where I put the Blues Driver and the DS1-x, if we put one before the other or the opposite, that's not the same sound. But what I did is I keep the sound of the Blues Driver and I just have the DS1-x to have this extra gain, you know? Yeah. When you want to play big shreds things or have lazy fingers, you can have that extra gain and it stays the same sound.
So you're using the DS1-x as a boost?
Yes, in conjunction with the Blues Driver. Yeah.
And it had a little bit of more dirt in there.
Yeah.
And you can hear that, you heard the sort of flavour of the DS1-x coming through, but it really stayed the main flavour of the
the main flavour is the Blues Driver Wazacraft, yes.
Yeah, this surprised me, because when you're stacking overdrives and you can sometimes just make it sound bad.
Yes, it can be like this, but not here. And I was surprised first at home, I said, whoa. And I thought to myself, okay, I can take the GT1 if I want because I have all the effects I need, but as a guitar player, I'm a simple guy. You give me a reverb from the amp, a delay, and a good overdrive and a good distortion, and I feel like I can play for hours, you know, because that's my style of playing. But I can take only these 3 pedals, a DD3 or DD7, a Blues Driver or an overdrive, you know, or the overdrive from Boss, and just the distortion, the DS1-x. And I feel like I'm the king of the world, you know, with that. I'm very happy. Only 3 pedals and it worked perfectly. Really.
That's why I'm a big fan of this Katana series, because it's so easy to get a good sound with so few things.
Yes, the Katana series, when I received the amp at home, I thought to myself, okay, what's the price of this amp? Because they sound really great. And I look at the price and it was like, I think for the 100 watt, it's like 300 euros or something like that. Yeah. And I said, well, that's a mistake with the price. So I took my phone and I phoned to my boss and I said, there's a problem with the price. It's not the right price. I said, yeah, this is the right price. I said, that's not possible. You cannot sell this 300 euros.
Sorry, I've just seen you've got a 0 fret.
Yes, the 0 frets, several purposes for the 0 fret. The first purpose is because the open string sounds just like a fretted thing.
Because they are fretted.
Yes, because they are fretted. And the intonation of the guitar is better. So it stays in tune. You know, when you play the C chords and the D chords, you have always some little, that's not correct. But here with Vigier guitars and the 0 fret system, you can play a C chord and a D chord and be in tune, which it's difficult to have with a normal guitar.
Definitely. Fantastic. So what kind of price range are we talking? Is this a custom model, I assume?
No, this is a custom because I decided it to be a custom because of the pickup. But normally for the expert model, I think the price is around 2,000 euros. And for the best-selling guitars model, which is the Excalibur model, it's a little bit higher maybe. But the first price is around 100 and a half, 100 and 500 euros, something like that. It stays expensive, but it really are fantastic guitars.
With a carbon fiber neck
and it plays a really great guitar.
And it's intonated, and that's huge.
Wonderful.
I can't. There's no truss rod. I want to look in there.
Yes, there's no truss rod at all.
And what pickups are inside?
Oh, this is special pickup. It's no name pickup.
Okay, it's also.
It's like
yours.
Yes, mine. It's like 25 pickup each for both. So it's not famous pickup at all. But I like the sound. Very low volume sound. Not very big output. Very low output because I like this. And the middle one, I think it's a virtual vintage from DiMarzio.
Okay. Great. I'm going to edit there because I'm running out of questions to ask you. Because you've answered all my questions before I get to ask them. That's great. That's really nice to learn something. Well, firstly, that's the best guitar playing I've heard that will be on my YouTube channel so far.
Thank you.
So I'm #1 guitar player on the YouTube channel so far. Thank you. And yeah, are you going to play some more tonight with the Roland tour? Or?
Yes, we're gonna jam a little because there's Carl Rodriguez, Doug Brownlee, and all these wonderful artists. So we're gonna try to do something, but it's always improvised, so we never know. But we should do something normally correct.
Blues in E.
Yeah. Okay, let's try a blues in E.
Oh, you have a piano player then, so blues in C.
Yeah, you say. You know, the bad thing about piano players is that they can change the key with the flick of the switch, and here we are here. Okay, we have to transpose. We have to transform.
There's this thing called a capo.
Yeah. I don't like capo.
No, why not? Why not?
Because I have to. Because that's a little thing you can easily forget to take with you.
Okay.
And I'm not a very straight person, so I always forgot things, etc. So it's quite often that I can often forget to take a capo with me. So I prefer to transpose or to learn how to do it, even if I have to make some fingering like this, etc. But sometimes the capo is great, of course, when you want to keep the open string effect. When you play, that's not the same sound than playing with even if you have 0 frets, of course. But just because the resonance, doing that without a capo, if you have to change the tuning of the guitar, is complicated, of course.
Exactly.
But if I have to, really, I will use a capo. But if I can think about something different, I prefer.
So forgetting is...
And my capo are sometimes, or maybe really often, I use pink capos exclusively.
See, I just noticed you also have pink glasses.
Yes.
And the strap is also pink, but turned inside out.
Oh, it's a Levy one. It's a gift from Patrice Vigier, the owner of Vigier guitar, because he thought it was a nice color to fit. I received it at the NAMM show in Los Angeles,
Fantastic.
because I was playing there, and he said, "Oh, I've got a wonderful one for your guitars, which is matched perfectly."
Yeah.
So this is a cool. And Levy is a really nice brand. So.
Yeah, I have a few Levies and they're quality straps.
Yes.
Okay. Firstly, thank you. We've just sat down and I've said who I am and I run this channel and can I ask you some questions? And of course you said yes because you're a nice guy. And there's going to be some videos that I made of you whilst you were playing.
Okay.
And I might either intercut those with this or not sure exactly what. Yes, it could.
No, it's thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, yes. You can send me the editing before to say, if there's a mistake like this.
You can edit it in your hotel room with the GT1.
No problem. But just to avoid, some bad little resonance or something.
Well, the faces were good. There's some great,
the
great
face is
guitar
really important.
faces.
You can play bad, but if you're looking like that, that's perfect. Because if you're playing a band like this, that's not good. But if you play like this,
that's better. That's much better.
That's much better.
The tone was 10% better.
Yes, of course. even if I'm not playing.
When I saw you, I thought, okay, who's this guy? Because you think you're sitting in front of another guitar player, and we're competitive. You don't want to be, but you think, okay, how good's he? And obviously you're demoing some products. And then I saw the faces, and I thought, yes, he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. Look at the faces. So I'll do some zoom ins there.
That's true.
2 questions just left. Where do we find you on the internet?
Oh, you can find I have a YouTube channel which has my name, and I just started a Facebook artist page, which has my name also. So Youri the Groote, and I'm from Belgium. I'm sorry for that. And okay, that's all. And yes. About the faces, when you play a bad note, keep the good faces. So if you play that, this one is not good. But if you keep a good face, you can accent the note.
And play it 3 times now.
Yes, of course, so that people will know that, okay, he's an engaged player. He knows what he's doing. He wants to choose these notes, especially. This is the trick.
I guess what you're going to say, but the last question I always ask people is, imagine you're talking to someone who's just started playing guitar.
Okay.
What would you tell them? What's your first tip?
To find some other people to play with.
Great.
I start with my best friends, okay? We were very bad, but we were bad together. So
then no one cares.
no one cares. We were the king of the world, but we were bad together. It's really important to play with other people and say yes to everything. If someone proposes you to, hey, do you want to come to try to play tonight? Even if you feel bad on the instrument, say yes. Because the more experience you will have, the more self-confident you will be.
Good. Fantastic. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
For the video, and I'll check out your channel as well, and there'll be some links underneath and flying around. I'll find out.
Perfect.
Have fun with the next jam session.
Okay, thank you.
This is the Guitar Geek. See you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye bye.